Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about your Utopia project and how we can get information from our iPad onto the MacBooks. Because your end product that you will be creating is a Prezi, and in order to create a nice Prezi, a Prezi that looks good, it needs to be done on the MacBook. Now what you'll see in this video, there's also a Prezi app. But when I show it to you and when you actually work with it, you're going to see that you're very limited to what you can actually create. So we are going to have to use the MacBooks to create this and make sure that it looks nice. So there's just a few steps that you'll follow, and I'll give you each step one at a time. So you can pause, test it out, do this at any point. During this project, you are welcome to email me, visit the library, and ask me for help, and I'd be happy to help you. And also too, these videos will be available throughout the duration of this project, and you're welcome to refer to them. So please enjoy this video. The first thing that you're going to want to focus on is to complete all of your tasks. Now, depending if you're working alone or if you're working with a partner, you'll either have 5 tasks to complete or 10 tasks to complete. Most of these tasks do involve a good deal of writing. And on the project live guide that I gave you, I did give you some suggestions for apps that you could use for writing. In the end, that's going to be your personal preference. So if you like to use Evernote, or Notes Anytime, Documents Free, if you have Pages, whatever you want to use to type up what you need to type up, get everything typed up in that app that you prefer. So for instance, I prefer Documents Free. So I'm going to type up a sample right here. Now there are other tasks out there. For example, there's a task that requires you to describe the government of your society and to make a flowchart of that government. I believe there's another task where you have to create an invitation where other people can join. Now for these tasks, basically you're going to be saving things into your camera roll. So for example, if I go into Simple Mind, which I gave you, I created here a flow chart, a government flow chart that I can use. So if you do that, make sure that anything you create is saved, of that nature, is saved in your camera roll, which I have done. And once you have each one of your tasks either written up or saved into your camera roll, you're going to be ready for the second step, which will be coming up. At this stage, I have 3 that I need to have typed up. I have everything saved in my camera roll that I've created for this project as well. So, my problem arises now. How do I get this text that I typed up on my iPad? How do I get these photos that I have saved in my camera roll on my iPad onto the MacBook? Because in order to create these Prezis and make them look nice, we're going to have to use the MacBook to do that. So first thing we have to worry about, and we'll address that in this clip, is how to get all that information from the iPad to the MacBook so that you can put it together in a Prezi. And the solution to that is we're going to be using the Prezi app. Now, on that guide, at the top I have a tab called Prezi Guides, and I have a box in the left that's called Prezi Links. And you'll notice there's a link for the Prezi iPad app, and there's a link for the Prezi website. At this stage, you should follow that Prezi iPad app link and download the Prezi app. When we move over to the MacBooks, you will then have to follow that Prezi website link. Okay? So I'm going to bring up the Prezi app right now. When you download the Prezi app and first enter it, you won't see this right now, but it will prompt you to create an account. So make sure that you do that. Don't get fancy with it. Just use your school email and a password that you're going to remember. Once you create an account, you'll see a screen that kind of looks like this. Except if you notice, I have a couple Prezis that I've been experimenting with this that are already open. Your screen will be blank. Now, one thing that's really important to notice is what's on the bottom here. So I have three icons on the bottom. One says on my iPad, and you'll notice that's what's open right now. Second one says on Prezi.com, and the third one says Prezis we like. When you first enter the Prezi app, it will by default take you to the on my iPad view. This is not where you want to be, because any information that you put in a Prezi that you create on your iPad will not be available for you on the MacBook. So where we want to go is we want to go to Prezi.com, like that. Now anything that we edit, anything that we create in Prezi.com will be available to us on the MacBooks. Once we are at this stage, we do want to go up to the top right, and we want to create a new Prezi. And you want to give it a title. I would name it the name that you gave your Utopian Society. So name it Barnabyburg. Okay. At this point, you're probably wondering, well, why don't we just use the Prezi app to create this whole entire project? And the reason for that is you are very limited to what you can create on the iPad app. The MacBook, which you'll see later, just has a lot more options and a lot more things and tools that you can use to make the presentation look really nice. Basically, when you create a Prezi on the iPad app, you can only do two things. And if you look at the right side, all you can do here is add text and photos. You can't add animation or anything else that makes a really good Prezi. So basically what we're going to use this iPad app for is pretty much a dumping ground. So you're going to take all your text and you're just going to dump it here. You don't have to worry about what it looks like at this point. You just want to get your text and your photos onto here, and then when we move over to the MacBook, that's when you're going to be sorting things out and making it look the way that you want it to look. So at this point, I probably want to maybe copy and paste my text over. So I'm going to go back into the Documents Free app, or wherever you typed up your text. Make sure you copy all that. Create a text box. And for each task that you typed up, I would create a new text box for that. So this would be my first task. I would then, after that, create a second text box and then paste in my second task and so forth. Once you've done that, any piece that you have saved on your camera roll, you can easily click on the camera icon, go right into your camera roll, and put it in here. Now once again, at this point, it does not matter how it looks. We just want to get everything onto Prezi.com here so that we can then, our next step will then be to move to the MacBook Pros and actually do some editing and some fine-tuning in MacBook Pro and really make the presentation look nice. Here you're just dumping all the work that you did. So stay tuned for the next videos where we show you how to make a Prezi on the MacBooks.